I was very privileged to be part of this inquiry into the tobacco industry and its consequences for Māori, and I want to thank Hone Harawira for bringing this inquiry to the Māori Affairs Select Committee. I want to acknowledge the work of all of the advisors to the committee, but especially their specialist advisor, Chris Cunningham, and to a number of people who are very supportive in terms of their expertise. Dr. Prudence Stone from Smoke Free Coalition, Moana Tane from Te Hutu Manua Maori, Shane Bradbrook, Ben Uden from ASH, people who have spent many years committed to making the changes that have been reflected, to some degree at least, in this report. I have two issues I want to raise. First is about the industry, and second is about wahine Māori and their tamariki. We must focus on, at the moment, most of our approach to tobacco has been to control smokers and to support the industry. Of that there is no doubt. We must turn that around. We must control the industry and support smokers to quit. And we mustn't underestimate the power of these corporations and the efforts that they will go to protect their profits while our whānau die from their poisons. And just this week, my colleague, Dr. Russell Norman, revealed that the multinational tobacco company Philip Morris is using trade agreements to try to stop governments from introducing anti-smoking measures in their countries. Philip Morris is targeting New Zealand's TPP negotiations underway right now to ensure that Philip Morris will be able to sue the New Zealand government if it attempts to introduce controls on packaging, or controls like the graphic warnings that are on our packets, or to introduce plain packaging, for example. Now, Philip Morris argue that plain packaging of cigarettes is an expropriation of their property right. And Philip Morris wants to be able to sue the New Zealand government in some international tribunal somewhere around the world in order to protect this investment. And this is not an empty threat, because right now Philip Morris is taking action against Uruguay's proposed laws requiring 80% of cigarette packaging to carry graphic warnings, just like these ones, against smoking. And it will be the World Bank who will decide if Uruguay will have to pay compensation to Philip Morris if they do this. It could mean that the Uruguay people will have to pay compensation to Philip Morris if they want to use their own laws to protect their own people from the harms that tobacco causes. So take note, this report and all the work that has gone into it will be redundant unless we can control this powerful industry that is selling a dangerous drug that kills 600 Māori every year, men and women and their babies. Wahine Māori suffer significantly from the effects of smoking. They have the highest mortality rates for lung cancer in the world, and other diseases as well associated with smoking, like diabetes, cardiovascular disease, breast cancer and cervical cancer. The harm of smoking to wahine Māori is painfully evidenced through the loss of their pepe, their babies, from SIDS, sudden unexpected death in infancy. 202 Māori babies died during the period 2003 to 2007 from SIDS. And these babies make up 62% of all the SIDS deaths. It's reported that 46% of Māori SIDS in infancy is attributed to smoking. We must focus on protecting the 65,000 Māori women who smoke and are of childbearing age. If Māori women are helped to give up smoking, their babies will have a much healthier start in life and will help to prevent the deaths from SIDS. Their babies will grow up in smoke-free homes and smoke-free cars. Their babies will be helped to address the issue of young Māori girls who smoke during pregnancy. About 45% of wahine are still smoking when they register with a lead maternity carer at about 14 to 18 weeks of pregnancy. Their whānau will be helped by having more income available. We will have Māori women growing old enough to be our kuia. It is Māori women who smoke the most, who are at the most threat from the industries that peddle this drug that kills them. They need the help the most. Sir, our future literally depends on it.